Welcome to session two.
Yeah, that's right. Session two. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. This is just the same voting one that we had last time.
Or
Yeah,
same kind of thing, actually. Yep.
Yep, same PowerPoint.
and going
Um,
over.
yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what are some things that you guys took away last time, things that you remembered or that seemed
Or when we
important.
practiced.
Well, let's start with just from the meeting, just from when
Yeah.
we met last time. What is something that you took away from or really stuck out to you?
Or what I learned. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
the
well,
trainers need training.
yep.
How
So
the trainers need training?
Yes.
for
Okay.
me, for me, for me, Corey, if you can help me on this, I would like to see all the trainers gather, talk to each other, get to
Yeah.
know one another, and other thing is talk about what we want to say for one through all the presentations we go through for all the
Yeah.
sessions because we want the experience out of it.
Well,
Mhm.
What do you think, Corey? How about for you?
well, I would like to get more borders out there because one person makes a crowd, and what that means is, it, you might need to break a tie and just take one bolt. So that's why one person makes a crowd.
Yep.
Because we're individuals.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Our vote does really matter.
Yeah.
So
And but
go ahead
Well,
and get
our vote does. I don't know what Devin's.
yeah. Well, well, for my suggestion, if we do a presentation like these,
Yep.
I like to do uh virtual and in person as well. The reason I like
Yes.
that is because
Yes.
it makes sense. It makes it so easy and makes it really clean, and we can hear them a lot better
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we're on virtual and in person.
Yeah.
How about you, Corey?
I agree.
Because I think virtual is good because you can do whatever you
Well, you
want,
can do it
but not only that,
worldwide.
it just helps. Yeah.
You can do
yeah.
it
So when you guys
worldwide.
just yeah, when you guys are done with your the series, not just the voting, but all of them, at the end you can decide to do a couple of trainings outside, wherever that is, maybe at your church or a group of friends or family
Or
or however
library
whatever
or
you want to do.
something.
Yeah. Um, then you can do that in person or on the internet, whichever you want to do.
Or
Sometimes it is
virtual,
easier to do it.
whatever. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
sometimes it is easier to do it virtual. So that's an option for you. Um, so I have a list. Let's see if we can go over. So you guys should have went over the entire PowerPoint last time, or in the last
Yep.
couple of days since we saw each other last, and just
Yep.
reviewed it, practice it.
Being
But I'm going
honest,
to
I
ask
didn't
you,
do anything.
huh?
Being honest, I didn't do anything.
That's okay.
I've
So,
been too busy with other stuff.
so we're going to go through this, and I have it pulled up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And if you guys want to,
Go ahead and start. Yep.
we can take turns.
Yep.
Why is this being done?
Mm.
I'm going to try to see
Yep.
if I can get this to do what I want it to do.
Oh,
Like, hold
failure.
on.
Devin, are you playing Coffee Break Arcade?
What?
Are you playing Coffee Break Arcade?
No. I don't know if this will let you pull this up or not.
What
Okay.
the?
I don't know. So let's see if we can
We'll
do it
make it
from
work.
here. And then we'll
We'll
have
make it work.
some we'll have Derek start and doing one through
Yep.
nine. And
Yep.
then we'll just kind of discuss you just let us know when you want to stop and discuss something. If Corey, you have some um,
Thoughts. Yep.
some thoughts
Don't worry. I'll keep
or constructive
Right.
criticism, things like that. But
Right.
make sure we let the speaker get through what they're speaking, um,
Yep.
so that we can hear what they say. Sometimes we lose
Well,
our
I was
train of thought.
gonna say, and then you want to keep getting in the weeds. And
Yeah.
what
Right.
that means is talking about something off topic than what you're supposed to be going over.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been through that experience, Corey, so
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know the
Yes.
whole thing, so
Yes.
I already know it. So
All right.
Well, okay,
I'm going to
that's
have
all
you
that
go
matters.
first,
yep.
Derek. And we'll start at page
Yep.
1, and then you just
Yep.
go, and
And go
you
from
just let me
there.
know when you want me to skip, okay?
All right. Or change slides, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go, folks. Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Smith. Welcome to our training session of the Leadership Series, Trainer to Trainer. I'm Derek Smith. I'm with South Connecticut for Change. I'm a Year 16 graduate partner, but we're going to be talking about voting, what you need to know about voting. In case you didn't know, we had a first primary session in June, a second. It really makes really good sense of talking about what you want to vote for, what makes a good sense, and makes a really good help out of it. And
And
what you, let me finish, Corey. It really
okay,
helps,
sorry.
and it really helps me to figure out who you want to have for mayor and different people
Governor and
to, yep, and other things that helps you to vote. And we're going to show you how to do that. So,
it's our
Devin,
civic
next
duty.
page.
Yep. Let's let him get through it, okay? Corey,
Yeah, yeah.
would you like us to save our questions and comments till the end, Derek?
Yes, that'd be awesome because
Okay.
I don't want anyone
Get
to
off
know.
track. So yeah,
Oh,
if
I
you have something,
apologize.
Corey, just make a little bit of a list. That's kind of what I'm doing, is writing stuff down. And then once Derek is done with his, then we'll kind of revisit those, okay?
Yeah,
Because we don't want to interrupt our, you know what I mean?
yeah.
How many,
Sorry about that.
it's okay. The question would be, are you registered to vote?
Yes.
No.
Okay, we're going to try to show you how to register a vote. Next. As you see in this slide, you're going to see a website, the Secretary of State's website. So on there, you're going to see the list of check your vote registration or different opportunities that you can register to vote or how to do that. In order to do that, you talk to the auditor how to do that. And there's a contact information on the website that you can see. And the list will go pretty much on, tells you the story behind of why you think how to vote. And the video would show you how to different opportunities for learn how to vote, how to get to polls, how to for you to register to vote, how to get improvements, how to different issues that you're facing, and other things. Next slide. Now, see like this, it's check your vote register. You can check your voting registration. In order to do that, click on the link below or check the link for more information or to click on the check voter registration. It really helps you to register to check to see if you're registered to vote. See what
You should
diff
tell them.
Oh, hold on. Just
Corey,
hold
let
that to
me.
the end, Corey.
Right, sorry.
It's okay.
Right.
The other thing is, you might want to really recommend check your voting registration. Make sure that you're registered to vote, where to go, where to, and what district you're in, because it really gives you understanding where you're at, where you need to think about to do it, and really helps you to know, and you're being encouraged. This training will help you to know that we're in this together. We're trying to figure out what you want and
Yeah.
encourage others to do it. Next slide. In order for you to check your registration, once you click the check your registration link, it'll come up like this. Put your first and last name, and then next, and then gives you really good information like put in your birthday, your month and birthday and year. Or another thing, put your zip code. Next. So again, your voting then you have to know, put your first, last name, your date of birth, your month, birth date, and a year. And then here's a catch. You have to put your verification code and then to click to search because it gives you a really good guidance and gives you good encouragement to be who you are, be where you are. And, it just gives you a good encouragement where you're at. Next. Here's a big or, you know,
Oh my God.
I meant big, like, or you can check your information by your first and last name or a zip code. And same thing, enter your verification code because it really helps you to understand where you're coming from and just helps you to know that you're doing the things that helps you be encouraged. Next.
Oh, that's your last one.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
I'll turn it over to Corey.
Tell you
We're
guys.
gonna Oh, hold on. So we're gonna stop right here, though. And Derek, we'll start with you. If you want to tell us some things that you felt like went well and things that you want to work on.
Or improve.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I want you to know that first of all, I thought it went really smooth. And I think that the things that that I need to really encourage people to introduce ourselves, get to know one another, and why you want
You
to
can,
choose this training that really helps encourage to register to vote.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
All
Deb.
right. Corey, do you have any comments on things that went well or
Or
things that you
thoughts.
want to work
Yep.
on?
yes.
Okay.
Derek, I was gonna say, when you say your name, you can do first or last.
Either one. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I just noticed that the small things. I don't mean to nitpick,
It's
trying
okay.
to
You're
do
fine.
constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Or
That's
not
good.
trying or not trying to interrupt.
Oh,
Again.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. We all learning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
So
new. it's just a new thing for us. So
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
new thing,
yeah,
and that's part of learning, right? We have to know what we're doing
yes.
well and what we can work on. So
and that's
I'll
our
give you,
homework. Yeah,
yeah, so I'll give you some things to work on first, and then I'll go over your positives because there's a lot more positives. So
and that's pretty
just
much that. Yeah,
slowing down, it's really hard when you're presenting
yeah,
to slow
Yeah,
down. We want
yeah,
to go fast, especially when we know the information. So just practicing on slowing down,
yeah.
it's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, and a lot of people get comments on how fast they
well,
speak.
it's a
Right.
good thing I'm already slow.
So right, so we're just slowing down a little bit because you know the
Yeah,
information, you got it. Just have that confidence in yourself. Take a deep breath because you do a really
yep,
great job.
yep,
Remember that the information is on some of that information is on the next slide.
yep.
I think you're like me, you feel like you need to give a lot of the information right away, but it's going to be there. So remember that what if that information is coming up later, you don't necessarily have to touch on it as much
Right.
early on. However, with that, I also will say you do a really great job of reminding people of what you have said, repeating those things over and over, right? Which
And
is really
also
what we
welcoming people in.
yeah, right. You gave dates at the very, so we're back onto the pros, obviously. At the beginning, you gave dates of when the voting was and when it's coming up, which type of election it was. That was really great. You're giving them a lot of information they might not have, and reminding them why it's important. You were able to ask the viewers, like, hey, I just need a minute. I need you to keep your questions till the end. That's really great as a speaker to be able to verbalize your needs and let people know. You
And then,
handled your transitions really well, going from topic to topic. You really worked that in well.
yep,
Reminded people to register to vote, like, oh, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to work on this. That was really good. When I said, no, I don't know how to vote, that's specifically the transition I'm talking about. Is you interacted well with me. It was just a very short, like, oh, I acknowledge that you said no. We're going to move on now. I'm going to show you. So it was a really good way. You handled that part really well.
yep.
Um, again, you said the information is important, why we're doing the training, and then you reminded them about the code at the bottom, which a lot of people don't remember. So that's really great. Again, you repeated it, and that's really that's key when you're teaching, is repeating that information so that they have that.
And
So
it's all
overall,
important too.
yeah. So overall, you did a really great job. I think you presented on those well. And I look forward to watching you do this in person fully. So,
And
yeah.
also in virtual too.
Yeah,
Same
we're
way.
virtually. Yes, exactly. All right. Corey.
And I'll turn it over to Corey.
Yes. Do
Thank you for presenting, Derek.
you,
Okay,
um,
to continue, would you go to the next slide, please?
so you have 1 through 10 through 19.
Yes,
So I just wanted to follow up and see, do you want us to save questions till the end?
yes.
Okay. So we'll be saving
Or
questions.
no, no.
Do
I
you want
don't
it
want,
for
I want you to jump in and say, because if I'm not talking about it in heat of the moment, then I'm not gonna be able to answer the questions.
hmm Okay.
That's partly why I interrupt a lot, because if usually if you're not talking about what we're going over, then really there's no point to have a question because I won't
Right.
be able to answer it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and skip on. We'll get Corey
Corey.
started.
Yeah,
All right, sir.
okay.
I'm going to welcome Corey
Yeah,
to 10 through
hello.
19.
Hello, my name is Corey Renner. I'm picking up where Derek left off, and form to update voter registration information. Yeah, so checking your registration. So if you have already discovered how to register to vote, this is checking your registration. So pretty self-explanatory, but
Mhm.
I don't know, I guess. And okay, you want to go to the next slide, please?
Mhm. So on this page, I'll ask, what do we want to remind them to check on their registration?
Yeah, and you see where the yellow arrows are, and that's where you are supposed to check.
Yeah, make sure those are correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to go through my paperwork.
You're okay.
Yeah. How to register to vote in South Dakota. I don't have, no. Okay, these pages are hung. Sorry.
That's okay. We're on the absentee ballot page.
Yes, yes. Well, those hard copy that Leah gave me are all wrong.
Oh, they're out of order. That's okay.
No, I numbered them so they're in right order. Just we're talking about the absentee ballot. Do you see the yellow arrows? That is where you need to compile your basically point and click or read and then fill out the situation. Okay, you want to continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Checking your registration. So is this the next slide?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So Corey, for the next,
Yes.
just so you're aware,
Yes.
when you're looking at your paper, just so you
Yep.
know, just a heads up, okay?
Yep.
Make sure not to look at your papers that much anymore. You have to
Yep.
look it
Yep.
through the audience a lot better,
Yes,
so you
that
can
is
see the
true.
audience.
I forget. My
That's
bad.
okay. And you don't have to have everything memorized. So it's okay just to know some of the information and still refer back to your notes or to the slides, things like that.
Yeah.
But eye contact and like kind of work in the room is an important part of that too.
Because you
Yeah.
don't want to see the notes all the time, just enough to look at the
Just
people and
enough
then
to
down.
recap.
Yep,
Yep.
and that's something that we practice. And so the
Yeah.
more that you practice it, the more that you do it, the easier it is to give
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
and
That
do.
is very truthful.
And if you do it online like this, right, you can
Yeah.
have your stuff up and like I could, I could turn my camera off and I could be reading and talking to you guys. I prefer my camera to be on, but nonetheless, I could still move my screen over and be looking at my camera, but reading the notes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
online is a little bit different. It gives you a little bit more flexibility in using your
And
notes.
more room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That is very
But
truthful.
yeah.
but in person sometimes doesn't have much room, and sometimes you don't have much space out of it. So just be
Right.
aware
Well,
that's important.
and then we need to learn how to use the technology because
Yep.
technology has
Mhm.
come so far.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All
So
right.
it
So we're
is.
back on this checking your registration.
Yeah.
So it was right. So we have to go back a couple slides. We talked about this. So if you
Yeah.
look at
Yep.
that first check your registration at the very bottom of it, it's probably on the
Yeah.
side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right here it says view sample ballot. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're at the
Yeah.
bottom of that page. So you can
Yeah.
just tell them that. You can even go back and say, okay, remember we were here. We've scrolled down now and got to this point. So we'll
Yeah.
start here and
Yep.
you can go from there, Corey.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you see the yellow arrows, those are signifying where you should check to see if the information is right. Yeah, so next slide, please. this is additional voter registration, or in layman's terms, it means advanced voter relate or registration verification or information. So next slide, please.
So on this page, just remind them to click on that yellow circle. That's where we're going to find what kinds of forms of ID we need when we're getting registered.
This is what you need to do it. These will work for your identification cards.
Mm-hmm.
You will need to be filling out a voter registration form. Okay, next slide, please. Updating voter registration information. Okay, okay. To update voter registration information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you see where them two blue bubbles are on the left there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is where you need to make sure those are filled out. So, okay. Anybody have any questions so far?
Well, I got one, Corey.
Yes.
So Corey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I want you to so hear
I
me
need some
this.
work. I need some work.
Okay. So the question would be, and you can jump in, Devin, too, if you want. So the question would be, so if people are trying to register to vote, where can you try to, you
Auditor's
know,
office.
yep, that's my meant. And what do you want to say to the folks out there that wants to know about this training and where so they can hear the recording of our training so they know to look more information about it to hear it.
Well, I'd say if they're but they should try taking partners in policy making,
And
because
advocates for
that is
change.
help. Yeah. And then I don't know, I guess oh well.
Okay.
And I would refer them to Devin,
Mhm.
guys. She knows pretty much all. She's like the Wizard of Oz.
Something like that.
Yeah, well, truthful.
And also we have a group called Sock Advocates for Change.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
You ready
Well,
for the next
good
slide?
advocate. Yes. How many slides do I have left?
it's
You're on
only
17. You have three more. 17, 18,
Oh,
19.
okay.
okay. Form to obtain voter registration information. This is another form to update your voter registration information. So try checking to make sure it's accurate. Okay, next line. Another form to update your voter registration information. So try to review all these and make sure that everything is accurate and you approve everything. Next slide, please. How to register to vote in South Dakota. Read through this slide and if you can, scroll down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next slide, please.
I think that is your last one.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yes.
Well, thank
Okay.
you all for
Awesome.
viewing what
Attending.
we went
Yeah.
over, and thank you, Derek, for the constructive criticism, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yep.
right.
So,
So we're going to go to you first, Corey, and just tell us some of the things you thought that went well or some of the things that you want to work on.
well, I need to get the accurate paperwork
Yes. That's
in right
helpful.
order.
Yeah. What do you think went well?
Well, what I think went well, I got accurate information, and this is
Mm-hmm.
information that could probably help a lot of people learn how to register to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing about voting, doing our civic duty for Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, they think they're in America. That's good enough. No, it's not. You need to vote.
Yeah. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
David, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing
And
well, thank
David,
you. We're
Welcome,
just
David.
Hi.
working
yeah,
on our pages. So Corey, I will give you a little bit of feedback from me.
yeah, yeah,
We'll start with opportunities to work, and then we'll go to the pros. Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Just sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
So I just want you to know, Corey,
yeah,
that with Agates for Change that we're part of right now,
yeah.
well, in case we didn't know, I was part of the Toastmasters group of VOA Dakotas, and that really
That's
I
cool.
learned a lot from there, and that really helps to know that Toastmasters will help you a lot,
Well,
just so you know.
congrats. Yes, thank you for saying something.
So
Yeah,
again, just kind of reading over the information and making sure that we've used the website so we're on there, right?
yeah,
If you are giving a presentation where you're using a website or going onto a Facebook page or ordering or
Yeah,
filling out a form or something like that, you should be familiar with that form or that website so
right,
that when you're explaining it, it makes a little bit more sense in your head. I would
right,
say go on and try to use it a couple times, just get familiar with it. You don't have to be an expert at it, but just kind of
right.
get familiar with those things. A few times you said a little bit bigger words. So just as a reminder, just remember to make sure that we're explaining if we're going to use large words, make sure we break them
yeah,
down so that it's accessible to everyone.
yeah,
Um, Not that you shouldn't do that because it's okay, but just keep in the back of your mind that maybe some of those words people might not know, and that's
Right.
okay. Especially when we're talking about a subject we maybe never heard of. If there's any kind of acronyms or anything like that, they might not know abbreviations
yeah,
or whatever. They might not know what that means. Um, but your pro list is longer, obviously.
Right.
So you introduce yourself really well. It's a great way. You sound very inviting when you do that. You reminded the group to register to vote. That's why we were here. It's really important. You spoke about the arrows on the page and described the color and the shape and where they were on the page, which is really great, kind of guiding people
and
to
if
look.
they should click on,
Yeah. So yeah, you're pointing out the bubbles saying, hey, go here.
yeah,
You
yeah,
were saying the title of the page, which was really great too, just letting people know,
yeah,
hey, this is where we're at, this is what we're looking at. Again, this is that kind of verbal confirmation of what we're discussing. You had asked us at one point, do you guys have any questions, which is really great, just seeing if the audience has questions, giving them an opportunity to just speak up if they do. And then you also reminded people to scroll down, which is really great because if
Yeah.
you're like me, you forgot to scroll down and couldn't figure
Right.
out your page wouldn't work. So no, it's a those are some really great reminders. So the biggest takeaway is just make sure we go over the information um, so
And
that you can review it. And when you can go
and
over it, make it easier for you at the time.
and other thing too is another thought is when you're in person, use the microphone because sometimes people can't really hear us. because we can't, sometimes they tell us can't talk us too loud. So you have to use the microphone. That really helps in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, that is very true.
Because sometimes, a lot of times, if you didn't know, when you're in person, if you're talking really soft, use the microphone or speak a little louder. Not like
Hmm.
too loud, but just enough to for you to
Right.
understand.
To carry your voice in the back of the room.
Yeah. And you know what? A good option for that too is when you start speaking, just say, can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Because now you've given them the opportunity to speak up and say, oh no, I can't hear.
Yeah, yeah,
Or sometimes I don't want to stand at the podium that much anymore because
yeah,
you have to stand
Can't hear.
and walk around
Rude.
so people can hear you because you don't want to
yeah,
stand right by the podium that much.
Right. Yep.
yeah.
Some people
Moving
don't like to
around.
walk around, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Some people who have, like mobility concerns or mobility assistance, those
Yep.
type of things, may not be able to walk around. Some people want to
Right.
sit in a chair, and that's okay too. You just
Yeah.
got to do what
But
works
for
for
us,
you.
yeah, we can. Yep.
For someone who doesn't have those mobility concerns or devices, things like that, then you can walk around if you would like. But perfect. All right,
It's just my
Sir
thinking,
David.
but yep.
Hey, McKenna, how are you?
Good.
Good. You
I
didn't
am.
miss much.
How was that conference, McKenna?
It was good. I am so sorry that I was late.
You're
No
okay.
worry.
No worries. We're just going over our
So
slides. So
Me and Corey just got started with. I got 1 through 9 done. Corey got 10 through 19
10 to
done.
19.
mhm.
Perfect.
Yes. So it's funny because you guys all came in on order, like who was going. So like now it's David's turn and McKenna's next. So it's like you guys came in perfect timing.
Okay.
So David, you're 20 through 27. That's the
Okay.
slide that you're going to talk with us about. Um, I guess the question will be, do you want, I'll give you feedback at the end. Do you want us to ask any questions or give any feedback during your presentation, or would you like us to hold that all until the end?
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I'll have them like ask questions and give feedback.
Throughout the presentation or at the end?
Like at the end.
At the end. Okay. So
Yep.
we'll hold our questions and comments until the end of that. So
Yep.
if you guys want to mute your mics, you can, just so David, just let me
So we
know
don't.
when you're ready to start and if you want me to skip or when you're ready for me to go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How to
I'm,
register? Wait. To register to
I
vote
know
in
I'm
South
mute.
Dakota.
Oh, Corey, you got to mute, bud.
I know, I don't know how.
You don't have to mute if you don't want to. There you go. Okay, David. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, to register to vote in South Dakota, you must be a United States citizen, a South Dakota driver's license, or no, no driver's education card issued after July 1st, 2025, a driver's license, non-driver ID card from another state indicating citizenship that has been verified, a tribal identification card, or photocopy of one of the following: birth certificate, United States passport, or consular report, or of birth abroad issued by the U.S. Department of State of certification of naturalization. Other permitted documentation can be found under 42 CFR E 436407. Age requirements. Voters must be at least 18 years of age. Criminal history. Not currently serving a sentence for a felony conviction. Court determined. Not be judged mentally incompetent by a court of law. You can register to vote at the following locations: County Auditor's Office, public assistance agencies providing food stamps, TANF or WC, driver's license station, city finance office, military recruitment offices, Department of Human Services offices which provide assistance to the disabled. Finding your local county auditor's office. Find your county auditor's office information here. Party registration. You may only vote in the primary election for the party that you are registered with. Voter registration. Voter registration form. Voter registration. Voter registration. Are you a citizen? Well, will you be 18 or older by the next election? Date of birth, month, day, year, first, middle, and last name, suffix, X, junior, senior, third, etc. South Dakota driver's license number or South Dakota non-driver's identity, ID number or last four digits of your social security number. Voter registration. Address, apartment, or lot number, city, state, zip code. Physical address description if you do not have an address. Mailing address only if different than address above. Party affiliation. Your signature or
I was muted.
hmm,
So that's your last page, 27.
okay.
Okay. Um, so does you have any comments about how you felt like it went, or if there's any opportunities for you to improve, David?
Like
Any
yeah.
areas that you felt went well?
Oh, yeah, I think I pretty much did it well. That I presented it well.
Hmm.
Yep.
Any areas where you feel like you need to work on?
Probably not.
Okay. Does anybody have any feedback for David?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Derek.
I have experience about this, so here we go. So, David, in your talk, when you do this, I would just go ahead and kind of, when we do a presentation like this, David, I would just go ahead and start out by introducing yourself, getting to know the participants in the class or in our class. That might help because it really speaks their mind, what they're here for, what this training is all about, and gives encouragement to do the things that we want to encourage people that needs to realize where they're coming from and really helps to
Yep.
not only help get get the people that wants to know how to learn how to register to vote, but not only that, talk to them about why you want this presentation to get out of this training talk about this topic that we're talking about right now. And that really helps to know it.
Okay. Yep.
Very good. Anybody else have any comments?
Or Corey or McKenna.
No?
You're a mute, Corey, if you didn't know that. Sorry.
There we go. Sorry about that. You there?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So tell me what your thoughts about David's presentation and what feedback you want from him.
Well, I think he did a pretty good job.
Yep.
Better than I did.
Yep.
Because he stayed on topic the whole time, and I don't know. Good job, David.
Thank
Yes,
you.
great job. So first I'll talk about some opportunities,
Yeah,
and then we'll talk
yeah,
about the pros of you speaking, okay?
yeah.
So the first one would be you don't necessarily have to read everything on a page, though it's not always a bad idea. Just something to think about, and maybe going into a little bit more in-depth conversation, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like on this page that I have up currently, maybe just saying, oh, in the highlighted areas, right? Just adding something a little bit we're talking about on the page, giving them some of that directional, the pointing out the
Right.
arrows, like, oh, do you see this one on the left side? Just kind of that directional stuff. But you speak very clearly, um, and you enunciate really, really well so that people can understand what you're saying. You have great pausing, which sounds kind of weird, but you really put the
Yep.
emphasis emphasis on those right parts. And so that really makes what you're saying powerful, and it makes people listen and hear
yeah.
you. And then reading the titles obviously is always great because then people can follow along. We know kind of where we're at in the process, and what we're talking about now. So overall, you did a very great job. And I'm excited to see you present in person.
Okay.
Present in person.
Thank you.
All right, Miss McKenna.
Hello.
I have you 28 through 36.
Okay.
Would you like individuals to save their comments for the end or speak during your presentation?
And please.
Okay, save them for the end. Okay, perfect. Yep. So if
Mute,
everybody wants to
please. Yeah.
mute again, it just keeps us from talking. I know, otherwise I end up talking. So, all right. So whenever you're ready, and then just let me know when you want me to switch to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Voter registration. Oh. Oh yeah, voter registration. Oh, first of all, hi, I'm McKenna Schultz. I'm here to give a presentation about voter registration. Voter registration. You're the I cannot speak about this. Okay, declarification. I declared required. If you can't sign your name, you may make a mark instead. Someone else might write your name near the part mark, not part, and sign as a witness. Oh yeah, your signature in the yellow box, and today your signature or mark or a mark you can make with your name written near your mark by a witness. Witness must sign today's date, month, day, and year. See on the back. Hmm. Um, Voter registration. Do you want to be an election worker? Sign up to be an election worker. Contact information, optional. So as you can see as the in the yellow boxes, email address and phone number. Previous information. Fill fill out the previous information. Need more space to describe where you live or draw a map. Who are the candidates? Republican and Democrat. Or whatever. Okay. Uh, who are the candidates? Um, Candidate list listed as an arrow pointing to the candidate list. Um, General election and candidate list. Candidate list.
Sorry, I clicked too many buttons too fast.
There we go. 2026 general election candidate list. So the 2026 general candidate list is listed as it describes, but I will give an overview. If a candidate is not listed of the Secretary of State's office is waiting for the appropriate filing documentation, the Libertarian Party and no labels party in addition to the candidates in SDCL 12-5-21 may nominate U.S. House of Representatives and legislative. Oh my gosh. Um, at their state party conventions. Um, Candidates will not be listed until the Secretary of State's office receives the official certifications or certification from well, county central committees or state political parties. I got it. This. The following positions are nominated at a state party convention and will not show up on this list until that state party has certified the candidates to the Secretary of State's office positions: Attorney General, Secretary of State, State Auditor, State Treasurer, Commissioner of School and Public Lands, and Public Utilities Commissioner. The last day for Party Central committees to fulfill I don't know that word. Created by candidates who withdrew their nominations is August 11th. The Libertarian Party, in addition to the candidates in 12-5-21 may nominate U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. State, no more, U.S. Senate, there we go, and legislative candidates at their state party convention. If a candidate runs as an independent, that candidate would not be on the primary election ballot. Independent candidates are automatically placed on the general election ballot. If a candidate is unopposed, that candidate will not be on the primary election ballot. If a county candidate is unopposed, well, okay. Yeah, after the primary election, that candidate will not be on the general election ballot. That was repetitive, but it's okay. 2026 general election list. Oh, we already went through that. Okay. Oh, whoops, sorry. Additional voting and election information. Select divisions of elections for more information. So there's an arrow. So select it. And then select a box and scroll down. So there's an arrow, select a box and scroll down. That's really important when you scroll down. Voting information. There's an arrow. Click on that. What? Okay. Polling place accessibility. Polling place accessibility. There's an arrow pointing to the poll where you want to go, where you need to go. Polling place accessibility. Assistance is available. Voters who have a disability or physical limitations can ask for assistance at the polling place. Plan ahead. Voters can also contact their local county election office before election day if they need special arrangements. Accessible by law. All polling places are required by law to be accessible. Report an issue. If you feel your polling place is inaccessible, please contact your county auditor.
Awesome job. I made
Yay.
you do an extra page, 2 pages. Sorry.
Whoops. Okay.
It's okay. Wonderful. So do you have
Yeah, I
any
think I'm
feedback
back.
for what you did well and any opportunities that you might have?
Um, I say I'm guilty of saying all the time, and I didn't know some words. I didn't know how to describe them.
That's okay.
Like pronounce them, not describe them. Pronounce them. So I gotta work on that, and I think I did well overall, I think.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Does
so
anybody have any feedback for McKenna?
I do.
Okay.
Thanks, thanks, Devin. So, McKenna,
Mm-hmm.
so on the first talk, you did really good. You know, my suggestion is keep on trying practicing like 2 or 3 times in order for you to, like, let's say if you have any questions, I'm an expert on this because
Mm-hmm.
I done that for like Toastmasters over the years
Yeah,
and other presentations like this. But because of what's going on, my suggestion is record yourself a little video about what your storyline about the voting, thing. That might help. And that there can really, when you look back at yourself for recording, that there would really help you practice over and over
yeah,
and over again.
yeah,
And that really makes encouragement because that encouraged is really important. And other thing is, my suggestion is if you and I want to partner up and I can sure help you out and we can sure work together and make sure to um you and I talk about this and work together about this because I want to do like I'm doing right now and start out kind of slow and work on the whatever you can work on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything, Corey or David?
no.
Oh,
No? All right. So I will give you a few opportunities and then I'll tell you all of the pros that I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just the same thing as I told David, you don't necessarily have to read it all. Again, that's not a bad thing because it does give us all of the information, but just something to keep in mind that if you can give us like a little bit of information, sometimes it is easier for people to read the whole thing, and that's fine because you read it really well. So not really an opportunity to fix, just something to think about.
Mm.
And then slowing down, which is what I talked to Derek about. Just
Yeah.
taking a deep breath, slowing down. You know the information. You guys are both good speakers. So just taking that time to take a deep breath and focus on what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So pros, you introduced yourself really well. You pointed out the different colors and shapes of things so that people knew where that we were looking at on the page, which is awesome. So it helps them follow along. Uh,
Yeah.
you spoke about the worker volunteer option. You made sure to point that part out on the
Yeah.
registration form, which is really great, so that people were able to do that. Again, you were pointing out arrows. I know I already said that, but I just kind of wrote as we went. So that is just something that really is important, I think, because it
Yeah.
helps guide their eyes to where they're at. And now we've pointed out, oh, hey, look here. This is what I'm talking about. So they can
Mhm.
reference that later. Um, he reminded people to scroll down. We remember how important that was. I don't know if you guys went and tried it at all. But yeah, the scrolling down is great. Again, that shows that you know information about the web page, that you've been on there, and that you have experience with this. So being
Yeah.
Right.
able to give those types of tips are really, really great for speakers because now we're showing the people that I did this. I'm not just talking about it, right?
Right.
You added some extra information in there, which is
Yeah.
awesome. You gave us more information than was necessarily on the slide, and that's great. We
Mm.
love having information. So if you're able to add anything in, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You told them where to click again. That's really important. Make sure you're clicking here and do this, scroll down, look at the arrows, right? That's something that it draws their eyes in, refocuses them even. And they might be following along and not be able to find it, but then they hear you talking and they say, oh, you say, oh, click this. And they're like, oh, yeah, there's an arrow and I can go there. Overall, you have a very light, fun, and informational just presence. And so when you speak, I think that you make people feel really comfortable, and just they're having fun, they're really excited to hear the information because comes out of you is that you're excited about it. So great job, you did wonderful. um for some of us, we've been on for a little bit. Do you guys want to take a break?
No.
I'm good.
You
Thank you.
good? Okay.
I'm good.
We don't really have much left anyway, so I'll probably guys give you guys some time back for today unless there's
Yeah.
something else you want to go over.
So when's
Do
the
But
next?
you want to do we do want any homework that we want to work on, or do we want to
so
about
not for
that
this one because this will be our last one until next Tuesday. And then
or
next
next week? Yep.
Tuesday, yeah. So next Tuesday we're going to be going over internet
So
safety,
how long does this
um,
leadership go
and
for?
cyber safety.
Till
Um,
4 weeks.
yeah, this is
All
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
So
Okay,
we'll
thank
have
you.
we did this week, I guess is the first week. So the last week, the last day of this will be the 26th, week
Yeah.
4th of July.
Of this month. Or I meant July, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
July. No, the
Okay,
26th
thank
of
you.
June. Yeah.
Yeah, June,
Yeah,
actually.
thanks.
We'll be going over, I believe we're going to do in cyber safety next time.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds
So
exciting.
yeah, so that'll be something. We'll talk about cyber safety on Tuesday. And then we'll have a couple days again to practice. I would encourage you
Yeah,
guys to go over it, read through it a couple times, look
yeah,
at the
yeah,
parts. And then we'll meet again on Friday and we'll do that same sort of walk through, kind of look at the
yeah,
pros and opportunities.
yeah,
Remember
And
that, like as
thoughts.
you
Yep.
are
Mhm.
listening to people speak, about giving them that constructive criticism and positive feedback.
yeah, yeah,
None of us are perfect. We all know that.
yeah,
But it's really great to hear on how we can improve. And so I hope that you guys feel empowered to improve on those things and that the
yeah,
feedback that
yeah,
you're getting is constructive. That is the intention. So just
yeah,
remember that moving forward. I will be talking mid-speech and forget exactly what I'm saying. Like my mind blinks out. So we all have those moments in time. So don't be hard on yourself. Just keep practicing. That's about all you can do as a presenter
Yeah.
when you're giving information is just continue to practice it. And you
Yeah.
might not ever give the same presentation the same twice. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You get the information out, think about what's important about what you're presenting. That is going to help you decide, oh, yeah, I mean, I want to touch on this. It's not as important if I talk about this, but it's more important that I talk about this today.
Yeah.
So that comes
Sounds
with time.
exciting.
Yeah, it comes with time and learning your groups. And so once we're completely done with the series, so at the end of June, if you guys want to get together and pair off or work with me or however you want to do it, I'd be more
Or
than
we'll
happy.
decide. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll get set up and we'll talk about it then. And so until then, you guys are free till Tuesday. And then
Sounds exciting.
yeah, our Tuesday meeting. Sorry, pulling it up now. That's a Wednesday. Well, I was like, that's Wednesday. That's not today. That's
Right.
weird. What is that? So oh my gosh. So on Tuesday we'll meet 1 to 3.
Yep.
Then kind of have it'll be the same layout as this session. We'll just be going over cyber safety. Did I show you the cyber
Yep.
safety or did we close my window?
Not yet.
So
Not yet.
this is our cyber safety one.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool one to go over. It has a lot of great information. The fun one about this is a little more hands-on. We have some activities that we get to do, a little bit of a quiz. So it makes it a little bit funner, more interactive than the voting one, which is just
Fun.
So
a little more trivia. Yep. Mm-hmm.
This one's a little bit funner. We kind of give some definitions and then ask for you to figure out what thing is what. So that's pretty fun to do.
I knew funner was a word.
It is funner. It is a word. I believe so. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. We are out of the office this afternoon. Summers on Fridays. We're out at noon normally.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
yeah.
exciting.
Huh?
You're gonna
Sounds
email us a
exciting.
copy of the cybersecurity thing.
Yep. You'll get all of that on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll mail out, if I don't have your address, make sure you send it to me so that I can get you. McKenna had asked for a copy, so we'll get that sent out. I'm going to try to print a copy of every one of them and send them to you. So just make sure I have your address. I'll get those printed and sent out next week.
Yeah.
I already email you my house address too, Devin.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I have your address, so we're good there. But
do you have mine, Devin?
I believe so. Yeah.